Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me. And I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step by step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out.
Hi everyone, my name is Pyle Agarwal and I want to welcome you to the Affirmation Addict podcast. Affirmations have changed my life and now it is my mission to help you use them to change yours by using affirmations every day to manifest things your way. My goal is to make affirmations attainable and accessible to every single person, including you, because you have the ability to take control and create your reality. So come with me on my journey and let's see what we can manifest together. Hi everyone, I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day. Welcome to episode number 1 of the Affirmation Addict podcast. And on the first episode today, I will be talking about what affirmations are and how they've changed my life. So because this is the first episode, I wanted to take a minute and introduce myself, tell you guys a little bit about who I am, where I'm coming from, and how I started my journey. So my name is Pyle Agarwal, and I'm currently working as a management consultant. And for those of you who might not know what that is, it's basically I'm a business consultant for really big Fortune 500 companies. And my specialty is supply chain and marketing. Those are the two things I studied in college, and I love those subjects. I can totally nerd out about them. And a couple more fun facts. I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and I grew up actually going to India twice a year. So all of my family, except my parents and my brother and I, basically all of us are, or all of them are based out in India. So we grew up going there twice a year. So I'm super exposed to Indian culture. I love it. It's my second home. I read, write, and speak the language, all of that. So that's a huge part of my life. And the more you get to know me, the more you'll find out about that. And lastly, I've been exposed to affirmations for about the past 10 years. So I definitely started out really, really young. And it's just over the past few years, it's genuinely grown into one of my biggest passions because I've actually been able to put them into play, see them work for myself, but also see them work for a lot of people around me. And so, speaking of which, some of you might know me from my Instagram, which is just Affirmation Addict. And I started that pretty recently. I would say I think I started it 2 months ago, and I've been getting really, really good feedback. My mission for starting my Instagram was basically to help people realize that affirmations are accessible and available for every single person. It's not just for people who are trying to go on a super spiritual path or for somebody who that's what their entire life is dedicated to. Affirmations are for every single person, like rich or poor, happy or sad, like anyone can use affirmations at any time to get to where they want to be. And that is my mission because I don't think people understand how easy it is to use affirmations and how effective they are. I think it's something people almost shy away from talking about because it's kind of weird. It's a little like woo-woo, and I want people to realize like affirmations are cool and they're normal and it's okay to use them, and that's your choice if you want to talk about it or not. But my mission is to just at least make you feel comfortable using them for yourself and just to make yourself happier, to make yourself feel better about yourself, and to get to exactly where you want to be. And so basically back to my Instagram, it's been active for about 2 months and I've been getting such good feedback because I've been seeing that exposing you guys to these affirmations and just how I use them in my daily life. Like I'm just like you guys, I have a day job right now. I have a relationship. I'm in a military relationship. I have a family with normal family issues or family conversations. So I have all these different things that I'm dealing with that I think a lot of you guys are dealing with too. And I'm able to show you guys how affirmations have worked for me, and I want you guys to see that they work for you. And so the feedback I've been getting has been amazing, and I'm so thankful for everyone who's been following, been responding and trying out some of the tips I've been giving you, because that helps me know what works for you guys too. And I can create content, create exercises based off my personal experiences, but also what's working for you guys. And so my thought and my purpose is just, I want you guys to know that the power of affirmations is available to you, and that you have the opportunity to be intentional with what you create for yourself. And so before diving into my story, I want to give you guys a little background about what affirmations are, in case you don't know what they are or just want some more clarity. And I want to tell you what I think about affirmations. So in short, affirmations are a statement of truth. But for this context, and in terms of manifestation and creating a reality, you're basically saying a statement of truth for something that hasn't happened yet. And so the purpose of that is repeating those affirmations for something that has not happened yet out loud, or journaling them, or putting them on your wall, putting them in your vision board. Doing that and repeating those affirmations and seeing them frequently allows your subconscious mind to actually believe them. And so then once your subconscious mind believes them and you start vibrating on that same frequency, by the law of attraction, you will bring similar events towards you. You will bring those exact events towards you, and things in that same nature will keep coming towards you. And so I'll definitely go into more details about the science behind the law of attraction and affirmations in a separate podcast, separate episode. But if you want proof that they work, I'm going to share my story, some of the things I've manifested over the years, to kind of get you started, give you a little inspiration on how they really can work. And just to recap, I want you to know that affirmations can work in any area of your life. Like, I have used them in my relationships to manifest physical things, like literally food. I'll tell you about that story in a second. My job, my career, different trips, honestly, so many things. Like, you can manifest whatever you really want as long as you have a positive intention behind it. Genuinely speaking, you have the power within you to get anything you really put your mind to. And so my first exposure to this kind of stuff started when I was about 12 years old. My mom took me and my family to a meditation camp, and I hated it. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I absolutely regretted going there. And she made us go for a couple weeks and was like, okay, if you guys aren't liking it, don't worry about it. So I stopped going, but during that same time, she gave me the book by Louise Hayes, That You Can Heal Your Life. It's my all-time favorite book, and it is all about affirmations. And I think at such a young age, that's what registered to me, because it's all about self-talk. And so I started reading that, really started being excited about it and trying out these types of things. And a couple of years later, we were sitting down as a family and we watched The Secret. And that night, I remember I was so excited. I made a vision board, all of that stuff. And basically, that's where my journey started, was the combination of Louise Hayes' book and The Secret. I think those are such good books and tools for you guys. If you haven't read any of their books or seen The Secret or read The Secret, I highly recommend it. It's just it's so well made, so inspiring, both of them. So definitely please go read those, watch those if you haven't. But my first manifestation happened, I think I was in high school, and it was right before I was going to school. I was eating breakfast, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm craving a brownie. So I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, do you have anything in the kitchen, anything chocolatey, like even a chocolate chip right now will do? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, like I literally have nothing. And I just remember at that moment, I wanted that brownie so badly. Like, I could literally taste it. I was closing my eyes. I imagined that brownie. I could taste it. I remember, like, the satisfaction I would get once I ate that brownie. Like, I was experiencing that brownie without even having it. And then, like, 3 minutes later, I kid you not, one of my mom's client walks in. And the first thing she says is, Pyle, I got you a brownie. And me and my mom just looked at each other, and we just knew. I was like, oh my God, that just really happened. And it was something that was like, it just seemed so easy, and it was like I literally just asked and I got it. Like, it just clicked in that moment. And so ever since then, that was like the first thing I remember manifesting. Ever since then, like, I had been using manifestation, I'd been using affirmations to get to where I wanted to be. And so throughout high school, I was using it for little things, like very high school type things. I was using them for that type of stuff and self-confidence, especially during that time. But whenever I told my friends about it, they just got really weird. Like, they just looked at me like I was crazy. So throughout high school, I actually kept my affirmations and my spirituality in a way a secret, because people were just like, you're crazy, like that doesn't work. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's my secret sidekick, you know? And then I went to college and I started manifesting internships that I was most definitely not qualified for on paper. They weren't even open to like my year. Like, I manifested internships that were only for third year people when I was in first year and things like that. And it just kept happening, and just really asking and really believing that I was worthy of it, and things would just come to me. And so I remember throughout college, people were like, how do you always get these? And how do you always get what you want? And then I would tell them, well, I'm doing affirmations. And then people would just be like, nope, too weird. And then they would never really talk about it again. And so once again, I started keeping it a secret. So at this point, I am still in college. Affirmations are still a huge part of my life, but no one really knows about it. My parents, and that even then, more so my mom, because my dad and my brother are a lot more practical. And so for them, it was like, okay, but you're still putting in work, and you still did all these internships, which is why you're getting the next internship. So for them, it was still more of a practical application. But me and my mom were the ones who really were like, genuinely, just by the power of your mind and the law of attraction, these things can work. So she was like my affirmation buddy, my manifestation buddy, and we would just chat about it. Then kind of fast forward a few months, still in college, I met Tom. And at that point, we were dating for a little bit. He was in the military, and doing long distance in the military is tough. And for all of you people in the military or just doing long distance, I know what you're going through, and affirmations do work on this type of stuff as well, so have no fear. Feel free to message me questions about this kind of stuff, because I have made affirmations work in long distance relationships like no other. But basically, the situation was Tom was stationed in Washington and I was graduating. And my dream job was in San Francisco, and I already manifested that, but I wanted my client to be in Washington. So basically, I would be able to travel between Washington and San Francisco for free. And then basically I went to my training. I had been writing tons and tons of affirmations that I'm going to be staffed in Seattle. I'll be able to see Tom. Long distance won't be hard for us. All these types of affirmations, like I literally have them written down in my journal. And I got my job. I went to my first week at work in San Francisco, and then I got an email saying, congratulations, your first client is in Seattle. And it was just like, that's unreal, because I remember asking before like I started working, like, how likely is it that my client is going to be in Seattle? And they were like, well, not likely, just because there's not many projects in your department in Seattle. So I was like, okay, but I kept my affirmations going, and genuinely a week later, I got my client in Seattle. And so that worked out for me. And then in terms of relationships, Tom was deployed. I obviously wanted him to come home, and so I said affirmations for him to come home early, come home in time for Christmas, all these types of things. And yeah, you guessed it, he did come home early. So I have been able to manifest so many things, not only for myself, but also for our relationship, for our families, and all those types of things. Like, I just really want to emphasize that affirmations seriously work, and it's amazing what you can do if you just give yourself that trust and let yourself be like the best version of yourself. Don't hold yourself back just because someone else tells you you can't. That's something I am so prone to. Like, if someone tells me I care about people's opinion, or I care about like pleasing people, like that is something I'm still working on to this day, is really just trusting myself. Like, forget about what everybody else thinks and know what you can do and understand your potential. And I don't want to keep talking about myself and how much affirmations have changed my life, but I just wanted to give you guys like a little insight into things I've manifested over the years, just to give you guys the like inspiration and like the hope that you can do it too. Like, we are one and the same, me and you. Like, I went to college, I went to high school, I'm in a relationship, I did long distance. And throughout all those different milestones, affirmations have worked for me like no other. And so I want you to know, like, whatever you're going through, you can make affirmations work for whatever situation you're dealing with. And so my purpose and my goal from this point forward is to show you and your friends and your family and anybody that affirmations can change your life too. Like, I really think that they can change anybody's life as long as you let yourself be open to the idea of it. Like, if you think about it, affirmations tackle your mindset. Like, you're really programming your mind to think positive and think that, have the ability to think that you are able to do it. Don't give yourself those limiting beliefs. And if you listen to all these speeches, these different webinars, little speeches from celebrities and all of those things, the one thing that they all talk about after they mention their strategy is mindset. And it's so easy to say, to fix your mindset, but it's people don't know where to begin. And that's where affirmations genuinely come in, because you're repeating to yourself how strong you are, how capable you are, what your potential is. And affirmations allow you to dig deep and master your mindset and get to where you want to be. And it does take work, it takes self-reflection, it takes trust, but once you try it, I know that you'll become a manifesting magnet. And so my goal throughout my life, I would say, is to help people learn and leverage the power of affirmations so that you guys can make your life the best it can be. My mission is to show you how you can use affirmations every single day so that you can manifest things your way. And as a little update, I have finally made my website live. So it's affirmation-addict.com. I know there's a dash in there, long story, but if you go to my website, you will be able to look around, learn more about what I'm doing. I have so many new projects coming up, but you can also subscribe to my email list to stay in the loop, and I'll give you updates about my podcast episode, some projects I'm working on, and also just giving you an opportunity to provide feedback or put in your own ideas on some of the things you're working on, because I do believe this is a joint mission. I don't think this is a one-man job. I think this will take a community. I think it'll take every single one of us to help spread the word, spread the love, and spread the power of affirmations to every single person in the world. And in terms of podcasts, I promise you I'm going to be creating more podcasts. As of now, from a realistic perspective, my goal is once a week at least. But if more come, more will come. And I'm going to start creating videos so you guys can get like a visual glimpse onto different rituals I do, some of my vision boards, and show you guys some of my vision boards I've made in the past. And I'm also working on some secret projects. And I've dropped a couple of hints, but there'll be more coming. And you can learn more about the secret projects also through my email list. So if you want an extra glimpse, extra information, and super special tips and tricks, get on that email list. It's still a work in progress, but I promise you I'm putting my entire heart into it just to make it the best it can be for you, to help you, and to help you get to where you want to be. My goal is to provide you with literally anything and everything you can think of to make affirmations and manifestation attainable and accessible to you guys, just so it doesn't seem like it's such a far-fetched idea. I want you guys to realize like it's something you can do every day for yourself, and you can do it, your friends can do it, your kids can do it, anybody. I want you guys to experience like the power of affirmation so you can create and create and create and then give and give and give. Like it's just like an endless cycle of just love and good things, and honestly just like magic. It's amazing. So if there's anything you guys want or need from me, send me an email, send me a direct message on Instagram. There's like a form on my website. Just contact me. I'm pretty easily accessible, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I read everything and I respond to as much as I can, as fast as I can. But that's all I have for this first episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I would really, really like to hear what you guys think. So if you want, take a screenshot of your screen, send me a message on Instagram, share it on your social media, anything. So just somehow let me know what you guys thought, if you guys want to hear about a certain topic, if you want me to answer some questions. Any feedback, any comments would be more than welcome. And that's really all I have for you guys today. So I want to just say thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast and spend some time with me and give me some of your day. So I appreciate you, and I'm sending you all my love, and I hope you have the best rest of your day. Mwah. Bye, you guys. That's all I have for you guys, and I just want to say thank you again for spending some time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, head over to my social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or go to my website if you want to subscribe to my email list, which is affirmation-addict.com. I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I will talk to you guys super soon. Have a good one, you guys. Bye!